Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. It's Melissa from Melissa and Will at Happy Crafting, and I just wanted to bring you along on a project I've started. Now I got my prototype done and I'll show you that, and then we'll go through the process of making one. Now the one I'm going to be making is going to be a little different from this one. So I've made an envelope journal. Now I was going to cover it with fabric, which is my plan for the one we're going to do today. But the fabric that I picked for this one, which is this red, I don't know if you can see it, this red fabric here, wasn't big enough to cover the envelope. So I covered it with Christmas wrapping paper that I had lying around. And I've just used the face of a greeting card for the cover. And I put some lace and stuff around and just sort of done that. And I've got some eyelets here and some ribbon to tie it closed. Now on the inside cover, I've got 3 pockets, and I've got some journaling cards and postcards and other cards inside. And then we've got our front page. So it's a 1 signature book, just because it's a soft cover and you can add stuff to it and it'll get big and fat and chunky and lovely. So here's my first page and my second page. So this was a piece of stationery, and I used Christmas wrap to cover the back side of it. I just use the iron-on method with saran wrap. So we've got a pocket here and a nice big journal tag, some trim, bit of stamping on some tea-dyed paper, some more stationery and some stamping, stationery. I've got a belly band here. I know what I had in here. This is a tuck as well. I just have to find the piece that I had in it originally, and I made a journal card here. Now I used a Recollections paper collection. It's called Safe Freeze is the paper collection I used in here. And I also used digitals from Janie B Journals and the Junk Journal Studio. So if you want to check out their Etsy shops, they have great Christmas stuff in there. Lots of ephemera, beautiful collage sheets. Anyway, this is the journal card that I made. Got some fabric and some bling. Got a little tuck here. I just got to remember that I have a piece of ephemera in here that goes in there. So just some coffee and tea dyed paper, these red doilies, some stamping, stationery. This goes in there. So I'm just going to put this back. There we go. Goes in there. I've got a Rita Donnelly flip here and a little Hermelinda tag. And the ribbon will come off so you can open that up and journal on it. And we've got a little pocket here, a couple of tags. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to do, we're going to make an envelope journal, and we're going to decorate it, and we'll do start to finish. So we've got a nice tag, and on the back of these tags I just put some of my, I'm pointing to myself like you can see it, right? Some of my Eco Dye sheets. I just backed the cardstock with some of my Eco Dye sheets. So I've got the back on both of those. Got a little pocket here, a couple of journaling cards. This is some of my rag dyed paper I just back that one with it. And this is, I used some of the, what is it called here? Tinex fabric dye. And I've used that to dye some green and some red sheets. A little tuck here, a little card and a couple of tickets. Lots of journaling space throughout. Got a red dyed sheet here, little pocket, and a tag that I made. And we've got our little, the other side here with pocket, and I've made a tag. Put a little pocket on top, a couple tickets inside. Right in there. And then on the back cover I've got a triple pocket as well with some tags and journal cards, postcards and stuff inside. So lots of goodies to play with, and that is that. So I'm just going to tuck that aside. And so we're going to start an envelope journal, and I pick some stuff out. This is the card I'm going to use for the cover, and I've got some cardinal fabric here. It's kind of a red cardinal-y theme I have going on. I have some beautiful, beautiful cardinal ribbon. It's kind of like a burlap material, and it's sparkly and it's beautiful. I've got an envelope here that I want to decorate and do something with. Used Christmas wrapping paper again, using saran wrap and an iron, and I've covered the back of the envelope with that. Doily, same here, stationery with Christmas wrap on the back. And then I've got my sheets picked out, my envelope. Now the digis I'm going to use for this one come from Patricia DKNY Studio. She has beautiful, beautiful kits in her Etsy shop. And these are the papers I'm going to work with and the ephemera. A couple tiny little envelopes here. Now, when I started printing out DigiKits, I bought a whole bunch of them. So I'm just trying to get the hang of figuring out the printer settings. So you can see on this page here, this is just copy paper. The coloring is different from how they printed out. But we shall figure this out as we go along. And I think the next episode will be for decorating. We'll just get the book itself set up for now, and then we'll go from there. Now, I also have some scrapbooking paper that I will use. I don't know if I'll use all of it, but these are from the Recollections paper pads I got at Michael's. They're probably still there, so just mostly red and green stuff. A lot of red I think I pulled, so some of these were in my personal stash as well, so I've just sort of pulled out what I think might work. We've got some ephemera sheets, and there we go. So that's what I have pulled to play with, and we will see where this takes us. So I'm just going to set stuff aside for right now, because first things first, we're going to want to do our envelopes. So I'm just going to tuck all of this aside. Now, I just have a standard, I'm not sure how big it is. We are 13 by, so a 10 by 13 envelope. And I did not grab a glue stick. Boo! Okay, so I'm just going to remove the strip there, and I'm just going to glue this shut. Because we're not going to need it because we're going to cover it. So, just closing that up. There we go. Now I am going to fold it in half just because it's easier for me to fold it later once it's covered. So there we go. It's our outside, there's our inside. I'm going to use just some glue, and I mixed regular school white glue and some tacky glue together in my little cup here. So that's what we're going to use to glue the fabric onto our envelope. And this is the fabric we're going to use. I did not iron it because I only iron paper. I do play with my iron quite often, but not to iron fabric or clothing. I own 4 irons, and that's not my travel ones. That's my full-sized irons. And none of them are used for clothing. I think 2 of them are backups, and 1 is for paper, and the other one's the paper backup. I just like irons. Okay, so this is gonna go on like that. So what we're gonna do is we'll put glue all over the back of our this envelope. Oh my gosh, words. So I'm just gonna pull, this is the book I'm using as my glue book right now. Handsome Boy, I Do Not Need Your Help. That is my big fat orange cat. And I'm surprised I haven't seen my little Kiki. She usually likes to get right in the mix and be on screen. Super helpful. I'm just gonna set these out just so I don't make a worse mess of my mat. If anybody knows how to clean these mats, because I've got paint on here, I've got glue, I've tried baby wipes, I've tried soap and water. Nothing seems to get it clean. So if anybody knows any tricks, please leave a comment in the comment section on how to make our mats beautiful again. All right, so I'm going to, I think I might just do one side at a time, just so that the glue doesn't have too much time to dry. Mix that up a bit. So we're going to put not an overly thick layer, but I mean, you want a layer, right? Make sure that the fabric sticks on there and won't come off after, but we also don't want bubbles and the glue to seep through. So hopefully I am in frame. And normally when I start videos, my dog thinks that I'm talking to someone in the house, but she's currently upstairs hogging my bed right now, so maybe we'll get lucky and she'll leave us alone. I do not have the same hope for the cats. Okay, so, oof, made quite the mess so far. So I want it about that far apart. So I'm just going to lay this down. Where'd my card go? I have a card. It was right here 1 second ago. There it is. All right, so I'm just going to take a card so we can try to get this down with no wrinkles. We're sticking. There we go. Take a little baby wipe here. All right. So just make sure that is smooshed down really good. There we go. Now the glue is seeping through a little bit in some of the spots I was a little heavy-handed on, but it should dry clear. It feels like it's going to dry clear. So just pull this back and continue on. So hopefully everybody's having a good day. Hopefully you're getting time in for crafting. What is everybody working on? Let me know in the comments. Are you working on Christmas stuff or Christmas gifts or just crafts in general? What kind of crafts do you like to do? All right. That should be good. Okay. See, you don't really need to iron it. You just have to press it down so that it takes all of the wrinkles out. Now, flying glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the corners here, just so that we get some better edges for the inside. Sorry if I'm out of frame. There we go. Okay. Now, get rid of these strings. So, I'm just going to put some glue on the edge here. And glue our edges down. Now, don't worry if the glue overlaps, it's fine. It's going to dry and we're going to cover this anyway. So don't worry if there's glue, or if you are worried about it, you can just sort of lightly wipe it off. Okay. So then we do the same thing for all the sides. Now, as you can see, I've kind of, if you can see this corner, I've sort of, come on now, cut my corner a little too far, so it's fine. I just had to pull the corners together a bit better. Now, if you do mess up your corners, you can always put a book corner on your corner so that it hides that. So which we might do. We might do that. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Maybe we'll put book corners on, maybe not. Don't know. There we go. And pull this one up. Does anyone else hate the smell of baby wipes? I buy unscented and they still smell bad. Well, I suppose most people really like the smell of baby powder. I don't, because when my children were little, like babies, brand new babies, my mother had gotten me a case of baby powder. I think I used 1.5 of the 12 jumbo bottles that I had. And the rest, I just sort of kept in my closet, figuring I'd use them for something someday along the way. And one morning, my children, who were, I believe, 2 and 5 at the time, decided that our hardwood floor in the living room would make an excellent ice skating rink. And they used all the remaining bottles of baby powder to do that. Jumbo bottles of baby powder. Jumbo. So, needless to say, there was baby powder everywhere. Very difficult to clean up, and once that stuff gets into your ductwork, well, every time the heat turns on, you get a baby powder cloud all through the house. To this day, I cannot stand the smell of baby powder at all. Anyway, that's my story. That's my story. So, we're just going to set this aside to dry just for a little bit. We'll get the papers for the signature prepped and give this a little bit to dry before we cover the inside. I'm just going to set that aside. And so, these are the papers Actually, I'm just going to kind of wipe this off a bit. This is my glue brush, so I don't care if it gets all gluey and stiff, because I don't care. I just don't care. But we will put a cover on that. Keep that going. So, and also get rid of our glue pages for a minute. There we go. Okay, so these are the pages that I have. So just fold this guy in half. There we go, I got that one as well. And really I'm just folding everything in half. Now for some of these stationery pages, I do want to use some of the digis to cover the backs. Ooh, that was a great fold job. I was trying for a more Christmassy red color for this red, and it just didn't work out that way. I was trying for a more Christmassy green too, but also didn't work out that way. I have 6 of these. I've gotten the supplies out and set aside for 6 of these envelope journals. So, oh, I think I'm only going to do probably just the one video for these, because once you've seen one, really, the process you want to see, right? You don't just have to use Christmas paper or have a Christmas theme. You can use any papers you want. It's just the process, right? I don't think my process is new. It's been done 1,000 times. Just happened to be in my craft room and decided to turn the camera on and see how we do. Oh, it's so crunchy. I love the crunchy pages. All right, so there's those. Now, I do want to use what size are you? We are 6 by 9. I think that will fit in here. This is our biggest sheet, so this is kind of the, yeah, that'll work. So 6 by 9. Is what we're going to sew 12 across by 9 tall. Is what we're going to use. So which page would be like for our cover and our center? Maybe this one. That one. Yeah, I think maybe this one for the middle. For the middle. And now which ones do we want for the cover? For inside the cover. This one I think for the cover. So, I'm just gonna grab my trimmer and we will cut these down. To the right size. So this one, these are gonna go inside the cover. 6 by 9. So let's go 9. And 6. Now, those should work. Yes, lovely. Which reminds me, I think I want to put, I think I'll do that after I attach these though. Yeah, okay. For the cover. So I'm going to put fabric down the spine after I've got the cover sheets done. So this one's for the middle. So I need 9 by 12. 9 and 6 and 6 is 12. So I just need to cut off 3 inches. Right? And I want this one, I want to go like this, so inches off. Ooh, that's yummy. Yummy, yummy. Okay, now because these are thicker pieces of scrapbook paper, I'm going to, I'm just going to score at 6 for that one. And this one. Sorry about the noise. So this one is going inside in the middle of the signature. Just kind of burnish that edge so they sit a bit. All right, so let's put our signature together. Okay. So I'll have a little coffee guide sheet. one. Put the green in here. And then we'll put this there. We'll like that together. Good. Good, good. And our red sheet. Some more coffee dyed in here. Like so. All right. So now I'm gonna have to trim this down a bit. I do have, oh, okay, there it is. I have a cutting board in here. I want my ruler. So I just got to stand up for this part. I can't find my X-Acto knife, so I'm just going to use a scalpel. Sorry if my big giant head gets in the frame, but so just take that to the edge of your paper and put your blade right up against it. There we go. Okay, easy peasy. Oh, sorry about that. So there we go. Here's our signature. And it will fit into our book like so. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. And we will work on putting sorry, I'm just trying to figure out which way I want them to go. They just look all upside down to me. All right, that'll do. Okay, so same idea. We're gonna use our glue again. Sorry, my giant head is in the frame. So, just gonna glue these down. So we want it to be a little bit away from the spine. So. Now, I mean, you could use Fabri-Tac for this. You can use any glue you want, really. I just figured that while I have my little container of glue here already mixed, that I would use that. My fabric's absorbing all of my glue. Okay, there we go. That's a little high. Sorry, I'm just gonna redo my corners here so that they stick well. Did I do that way crooked? Yeah, a little bit, but that's okay. It's amazing what lace will hide and fabric. Okay. Stay down. Here we go. Now, once this dries too, if you find that your corners or your edges are coming up, I found doing the other one, like my edges here are coming up a bit. So what I'll do once this dries is I'll put a bit of the art glitter glue underneath the edges that don't stick, because if it don't stick, art glitter glue will make it stick. There's my edge here. So I want it about there. Okay. All right. Just want to kind of even it with the other sheet. Ooh, that's sticky. There we go. All right. So just get rid of this here. Clean that off. Okay. There we go. All right. Pretty. So we'll let that dry. And so we want to figure out some, I'm going to do triple pockets on both covers. We are 6 by 9, so I think I want to go, do I want to go 5.5? Or let's go 5 1/4. 5 1/4. All right. So let's see. This one. This one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm just using 3 different papers. You don't have to. You can use one. You can make them all the same. What did I say? 5 1/4? Two and a half. Wait, I want 2 of them. 2. Alrighty, so 5 1/4. Thin paper. This trimmer does not like thinner paper. Try 2 1/2. And 5 1/4. Two and a half. So, sorry about my reach, my giant head. These are our pockets. Gonna put all 3 together and make uneven pockets. Boo! That's all right. We're gonna embellish them anyway, so. So this will be one set of pockets, and then we'll have trying to decide which way I like. Yeah, I think I'll just do reverse and reverse. So gonna ink these up. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dogs barking. These inked, and we'll get them glued in. Maybe we'll do a little bit of, I think we'll save the decorating. So we'll just glue them in, and we can always decorate them after. Oof! Scared me. That's my hubby home. So we're gonna cut this short, and we will work on the inside covers and decorating next time. Until then, take care of yourselves and happy crafting. Bye.